everybody, welcome back to another episode of 2064 Read Only Memories. This is the first one back since that really frustrating episode where we weren't able to save for, I don't know, half an hour because it kept on doing dialogue. I forget what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to choose which lead we want to follow. That's right, there was two leads that we were given. One by Yannick Fairlight and one by Tomcat, I believe. And we gotta choose which one to go after. Let's inspect our room first. Let's talk to the plant. Yeah, the plant's dead. R.I.P. plant. We didn't make it very long with that plant. Hayden gave this to you. The group is old, but the music is timeless. That's what he said, at least. No, seriously, last time it was moved, the wall nearly sank in. Don't touch. Let's listen to it again. YMO has some pretty dope jams. Let's talk to it. It might feel less silly talking to this if it had a portrait of the band on it or something. Let's check out this sink. Still not fixed. The ooze grows ever larger. I thought Turing called maintenance a long time ago. Running water might just make it worse. Let's throw the brochure in there. It wouldn't be a terrible way to get rid of it. I agree. Let's keep the brochure. You never know when it's gonna come in handy. I don't know if this is gonna come in handy anywhere. But if I can show someone that I know the human revolution, maybe they'll be more cool with us, or maybe they'll be angry at us. Who knows? Maybe it'll hurt us in the long run. Let's check out the stack of papers. Maybe one day the disappointment of being unable to read these papers will inspire you to write on them. Pen on paper is the most tangible method, but if you're gonna be so sloppy, maybe going digital would be a good goal. Maybe if my computer wasn't broken, maybe I would. No, your principals whine too much at the thought. Would Hemingway go full digital if it were 2064? Probably. It's not that fancy voice-activated paper, okay. Check how our book is doing. The back corner's damp and crumpled, frail from the dangers of the wilderness, or apartment alley. This book is over 60 years old now, but still looks fresher than the few living beings in your room. I tried keeping the plant alive. You know the first few pages by heart, only because of how many times you've restarted attempts to read the thing. Is my computer fixed? A lot of memories with that old thing and a lot of spam. Nope, still broken. Nothing useful you can scavenge from the corpse either. Let's listen to it. What you wouldn't give to hear that clunk or that clunky startup noise just one last time. Most days Lappy's the only conversation partner you have. That's sad, but now we got Turing. On the bright side, your face's reflection in the screen resembles a human. Aww. Thanks for saying I resemble a human. Hayden was always an impressing guy, but who knew he was creating someone so cool. Yeah, Turing is super cool.
You can explore my functions later.
Gross. That took a weird turn.
I've already read through this. There's nothing here that can help us that isn't already on the meshnet.
Alright, let's check out the business card.
Trust him, or that his words seem deceptive. So it's unclear to me why I feel this way.
That's the Yannick Fairlight business card, right? You shouldn't point the zapper at Turing. I don't need to do anything else. Let's talk to Turing.
Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB, or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home. It depends on what you want our focus to be on in terms of tracking Hayden's trail. Should we follow the media or the tech? Up to you where to go first.
I hope we can go to both. Let's check out bed. Alright, let's sleep in the bed. What an amazingly refreshing 30-second nap. Okay, so it wasn't really sleep. You're home within your home. Nothing like curling up under those blankets and escaping away for a while. That sounds like my life lately. Alright, let's figure out which one we want to go to. Cos.io Corp. Flower Mansion. Mansion was Yannick Fairlights, I believe. I don't remember which one is which. The Flower Mansion. Let's check out the Cos.io Corp. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go check out this one.
Here we are. The Cos.io Corporation office building.
Hopefully we made the right choice.
Like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under Cos.io.
Actually, hopefully we get to check out both options. Is that important?
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles. Not impossible, but unlikely.
How so?
Generally, the companies in a coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues. None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups. They have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source.
Can you tell me more about these coalitions? Makes sense, maybe another news outlet? That's the first one.
In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much going bankrupt.
I mean, that sounds about right for 2017, too.
A poor national economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services. They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke. No police, no road work, complete public service collapse. Then, one of the smaller cities sold all of their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation. This was eventually challenged in court, but several Silicon Valley corporations started a grassroots initiative to have citizens pass an amendment to the state constitution allowing it. They succeeded, and most of the major cities in the state sold off their public services to private corporations. Some places, like Los Angeles, just sold to the highest bidder. Which is probably why LA is essentially in a constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio-owned police forces.
I'm listening. Okay, that's enough info for now. I want to hear more.
The Bay Area were a little more selective, and most of the municipal services are owned by multi-corporation coalitions. They split the bill of running the city between them and keep each other from being too corrupt in their usage of the police force and such, from fear of a PR disaster and being kicked out of the coalition. It means there isn't as much money going around, which is why the NSFPD's equipment is out of date and the meshnet is so successful over normal cable networks. After all, without the promise of a city infrastructure bought and paid for, the corporations all treat running the city like a charity and PR stunt. But at least the police aren't irredeemably corrupt. The fire trucks still show up on time, and the water runs to all parts of the city. That can't be said for some areas of the state.
I didn't realize things were that bad elsewhere. Why hasn't the federal government stepped in? Yeah, this is all too true for today. It's kind of depressing. Okay, thanks for the history lesson. Let's ask why the federal government hasn't stepped in.
I'm learning about the subject, or politics in general, to give you an educated answer.
Yeah, but aren't you wired into the meshnet at all times? You can just look it up.
If I go by the posts people make on the meshnet, I'd say a combination of having bigger fish to fry and caving to corporate pressure. People seem certain that the larger multinational companies would love to be able to buy their own towns on a national scale, and are pumping money into Congress to try and make that happen. They hold up NeoSF as an example of their success, while trying to bury the problems in LA as an anomaly. Combine that with unrest abroad, and I guess they don't have a whole lot of motivation to try and stop it. Historical precedent seems to lend credence to this interpretation, if you're willing to believe my hasty readings on the subject.
Future cars are really ugly. I've been watching these go by, and they're all pretty hideous, especially that gumball looking one. Fair enough. Thanks for filling me in.
You're welcome. I am happy to assist.
I want Turing on our side at all times. I don't want to be angry or mad at it. Let's look at the car. A 2062 ZIS CR4 coupe. Perfect for letting everyone know you spent a fortune on credits on a car. Don't try to start a riot. The World Series. Oh, we already couldn't write another line for this. For this car. Let's listen to this car. I'm with Zacky Beat, and I'm so wacky that I'm practically giving these cars away. Why settle for a car when you can't even drive? My cars have full manual usage. Beep beep. I hate wacky with Zacky Pete. Those wipers look scary pointed out like that. Let's show it my ID. The car locks down its ID access scanner after too many failed attempts. Let's talk to it. The car begins blaring at you until you back outside its safety radius. Let's look at these plants. Maybe we can murder these plants too. Bulbitis riparia, one of the more popular display ferns in recent times. Expensive, given the cost of caring for it, but it's... Oh yeah, it's not inside its own little terrarium. The species is native to the threatened tropical forest, but it became a popular import after being endorsed by a former child star turned conservationist. I feel like that's a reference to something in the real world, but I don't remember. The plant sits safely enclosed in its isolated ecosystem. Let's touch it. You can't touch it. Nah. It's in an enclosed planter. Some spoiled milk. The planter is sealed. Try the other plant. Oh. Nope, can't. What are you trying to do there? Unlock it, buy it, give it your number? Well, it looks kind of cute. This is the future, after all. Turing doesn't seem to have any data on the species. It must have been crossbred for most genetic beauty. Thanks to a new environmentalist ordinance, tampering with a bioplanter gets a stronger community service and sentence than most misdemeanors. It looked like the plant just huffed in righteous indignation, but whose side is it on? I'm gonna guess not ours. Hey there, little one, how's it growing? The fern almost overflows from its wall-mounted holder, making it look like a featureless plastic head with green anime hair. Ooh, anime. Window. Let's look at the window. A thick pane floor-to-ceiling window. Inside, there's a bunch of security guards and rows of elevators behind them. Let's knock on the window. That isn't the door. You smear your greasy palms on the glass. Great job. Thank you. Be careful where you wave that around. You never know who's watching or what's scanning. I mean, that's kind of the idea. Nobody inside can hear you, and everybody outside thinks there's something wrong with you. Did we check everything out here? Oh! I thought that was part of the... we can check out the trees up here. These trees are genuine, real roof trees. These became all the rage back in the 40s. Many companies sponsor roof trees. They used to sponsor animals, but after the York raccoon blackout of 2016, they stopped that practice. Is that it up here? I'm guessing we're gonna have to do something up there. For some reason I thought this was part of the building. Let's check out the KCOB welcome sign. The COS.io Corporation office building employs a pretty fancy interactive screen out front. If they can keep it outdoors, the electrical work in it must be on another level. Oh. That sign is not yours. Let's listen to it. The sign already speaks everything it prints. Okay. So then why didn't you give me the option to put the headphones on? The sign reads your info and recognizes you have meeting with Zin, then directs you to the 3rd floor. So we gotta go to the 3rd floor. We'll be on top of the roof trees. It's voice control. The screen begins to cycle through the business listings and your available options. Let's go inside. The KCOB door is automatic. You don't need to wonder if you push or pull. In the future, we don't have to touch anything.
The meshnet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin. And Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us. All we have to do now is head up and talk to her. No shenanigans this time.
When have we ever done shenanigans? We've solved everything! We're great at what we do! Wow, Turing, you've been there for all of it. Zin's IK-47 Executive Series ROM designed for an office and high-level account maintenance. Better leave it. It looks to be in the middle of a high-value calculation work. It sure does. The IK-47 unit scans the business card and pulls up a public profile with details on Fairlight and its public assets. Let's show our ID.
These units are used to dealing with seven-figure contract negotiations, not your overdrafted credit account.
Hey, Turing. Let's keep the shade for the trees, the roof trees, alright?
The IK-47 aren't known for being verbose. Better leave it.
Look at this photograph! A picture of a toupee is an odd thing to frame. Maybe he's just proud of his toupee. It's an animal of some kind. Let's touch it. You pick up the frame to examine it. There's no secret compartment behind the back. Or hidden in the back.
You're in all the wrong places.
Yeah, but you gotta touch everything. It'd be easier to talk to if there were less hair and more distinguishable features. Let's look at the monitor. The monitor has a live updating weather forecast in the bottom corner of the screen. It's not gonna tell me what it says though. Zin seems like the type of person who'd punish someone for fiddling with these settings. Fairlight doesn't do tech support. Ooh, a super family link. Oh yeah! A super family link. This plays all the old hits like Yankees Peninsula, Water Rash, and Super Slug 3, Revenge of the Super Slug. I love those games. It doesn't fit. Why would that have fit, Sana? I'm a curious person. Smart headphones technology is far too new. The physical audio jack on this console is only sold separately for 49.9 credits. What video games do we have? Sweet, an unopened duck game. This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me? Yeah, you're a sentient robot, but we'll get to that later.
If you find something educational or an adventure game, your investigative skills could use a tickle.
You sound like my mom, alright? I don't need that. Shoot, voice controls weren't popularized until the next generation of games. I love plants. Let's check out these plants. Zin must really love her desk plant. It's been meticulously trimmed and treated. Human hands would only sully the little flawless foliage. Spoiled milk. The urge to poison something so beautiful is strong, but you somehow manage to resist temptation. This plant probably gets sung to in between his hourly spritzes and daily soil massages. Ooh, a soil massage. The professional care these plants receive puts your well-intentioned yet misguided overwatering to shame. Yeah, we also didn't talk to it enough. You reach out and scoot the plant an inch or two to the left. There, perfectly symmetrical now. What harmony. The fake plant will never love you more than Zin. It's a fake plant? I thought it was a real plant. Their leaves glimmer in the sun. They seem almost too perfect, too pristine, because they're fake. Yep. We just found that out. Found it a little bit early. No, moving it even one more inch would ruin this beautiful symmetry. Everything must be in order. I wonder what Zin's thinking with us just doing this all behind them. You doubt the plant would appreciate a meal like that. Oh, let's look at the desk. And after that, I think we gotta look at the window. A swanky looking desk that curves out at the edges. I kinda like the desk. It's not made of wood, but you can still knock on it. The nasty milk has worn down the bottom of the carton, so it's hard to balance it upright anymore. Thin posters. What are these over here? One of those bland office paintings that just looks like color splotches on an off-white background. Not my style, but I like the warm tones. So it sounds like it is your style. Even stealing a boring office painting counts as art theft, you know? There's no sound, but you swear you can hear a dull monotone from the art museum's audio track. A bit irregular for a tasteful splatter style evocative of Pollock, wouldn't you say? Yeah. The painting doesn't speak to you, so you don't speak either? Alright. Let's check out the window. Zin's window. You can see the Bay Bridge from here. That's a good view.
Please don't open that. It's chilly.
She sounds posh, like the American version of posh. Yep, the info lines up. That reflection is definitely you. That's a window, not your bathroom mirror. No time for embarrassing pep talks. It'll get jealous. All right, let's talk to Zin. Even though it's been 20 minutes, we may be here for another half an hour before we get to save. I'm going. You know what? I'm gonna save now, so that way, in case this runs super long, I won't have to redo a whole lot to talk to Zin. I won't have to redo a whole bunch if I decide to drop out.